Okay, today we're doing something a little bit different. We are fishing for bream at the beautiful Roydon Mill. It's an absolutely lovely lake owned by Ware Angling Club. It's not too big, it's long thin, there's a boat in Bream at that end and it goes up. There's an island where it goes round the back. It's nice, we're hoping to pick a few fish that are moving up and down. Andy, tell us how we're going to be fishing today.
Well, I think you're going to fish on the method, which will show everybody exactly what that looks like in a minute. I'm going to fish on a helicopter rig with a open-ended feeder, maybe stuff with a few dead maggots at the same time. Probably dead maggot on one hook, maybe corn and maize on another, and we'll just see what goes. It's funny water. You can get plenty of bites in a spell when the nails disappear. And then they'll come back again a little bit later on. So I think it's just a case of persevering, keep at it, and I think we'll have it. If we're staying overnight as well.
Yeah, that gives us the chance to have some, because bream do feed quite well at night.
Well, they certainly do on here.
Well, we'll see what happens. But anyway, we've got our plan sorted. Let's see what happens. Let's get set up and cast out a few baits.
Right, this is the ground bait we mixed up earlier. It's probably not quite as damp as I'd want, so I'm going to give it just a little bit of a going over with some spray just to damp it down again. I don't particularly want to remix it because I don't want it to lump up too much. Just want it to stay nice and pleasant on the floor of the lake bed. But what we're going to do is we've also prepared some soft pellet. 2mm Van den Eyne pellet that we've soaked in Bream that smells absolutely gorgeous. We're going to mix that in as well, so it just gives them something to sort of have a little bit of a munch on, hopefully. So we'll put all that in together. I feel like I'm doing the Great British Bake Off. And give that a good old mix through. And then obviously this will work for both the method feeder that Ash is going to use, and it'll work quite nicely in the feeder that I'm going to feed in, but I'll just add add my dead maggot, which I've got a couple of pints of just here. I'll add my dead maggot to the actual feeder as I'm putting them in.
So, for those people that are possibly new to feeder fishing and bream fishing, one good reason why it's so important to get the base mix right for the feeder.
One good reason?
Yeah. Because
it's that brings you fishing. If you can get this,
if you can get this fishing it.
Yeah, what you mean in terms of the actual
keeping
consistency?
The presentation and everything.
Yeah, the consistency of it's really important, because what you don't want is where that's sort of almost holding together now. That's why I need a little bit more water in it. Where that's almost holding together, when that breaks up, it breaks up as a nice fine dust on the bottom. So what it does, it works specifically well for bringing fish in to sort of like more or less have a grub around. But it hasn't got a great deal of food content other than those little 2mm pellets. So what it does is the fish get all excitable.
Doesn't feed them off. It gives them something to graze on.
Gives them something to graze on quite happily, and they hopefully take your hook bait instead.
Yeah.
But realistically, that's hopefully a mix that's going to keep those bream interested for a period of time. It's a mixture of Karma and Special G green, which you can see it's almost like a little fluorescent green running through the actual ground bait. They seem to love it. They do seem to like a bit of Special G down here, so I just maybe need to have it a little bit wetter than that, because it's just dried out a little tad. But we'll squeeze some water through the spray and we'll go from there.
Where have we put it?
Spray just here. This is a better way of doing it, because what it means is I don't get a localised spot of water.
Yeah.
That makes the ground bait go in those little clumps where
it stops it going into those little lumps that you have to break down.
Absolutely.
Right, let's get those feeders up and ready, bait up, and then we can cast out in just a moment.
Yes, we can. The joy is of the rig I'm using today is it's technically an anti-tangle rig. So bearing in mind, I've got a feeder attached to the end of the line on a snap link, so I can change that if I want to. If I want to go for a bigger feeder or a smaller feeder, I can do that quite easily. The hook length spins around, so as you're casting, it doesn't actually tangle. As you can see, even when it stops, look, it doesn't want to tangle anywhere. So what it means is that you know that your bait's going to be in the right place at the right time. It's not going to be all messed around and you're going to sit there for half an hour waiting for a bite that isn't going to come. So that's really helpful. Now I'm actually, this is one I used last week, which has got a couple of grains of maize and a piece of fake sweet corn. I'm actually going to change this one. I've got the same rig on the other rod, but I'm going to change this, and this is how simple it is. You take off the cover, you see underneath you've got a little link, and I take my hook length off, and that is it. That's my hook length taken off. I'm now going to swap that. I'll disappear for a second. For my maggot rig, which is going to be a size 14 hook, which will take probably 4 maggots, and that is going to be on fluorocarbon. And again, you just flip over the little link. Haha, that's shot. That'll work. And there you go. That's it again. So literally, again, that's a tangle. So I think that shows how simple that rig is. And the other really good thing about it, if supposing the line was to break and the fish had got the hook in its mouth, these move straight off the line. So literally, it's a safe rig as well as being a really, really effective one. So let's see. That's the first rig. The second one was exactly the same, only it's got the maize and fake corn. So fill that up with ground bait and dead maggot. 4 dead maggots on the hook. Deadly! Should be fun. I'm in routine and you move them. Don't do that. Right. Can I have a word with my maggots? These youngsters, eh?
You got competition.
Oh, who told you that? Did Barry tell you that?
Superstar.
I wouldn't go worrying about that.
Look at that, how beautiful is that?
Look on the water.
Out just for the moment, while I'm going to show you what I'm using. Now I've got a Drennan flat feeder. This is a large one. It's a 35 gram with a 5-inch hook link, roughly 5 inches, might be a bit longer. It's a Drennan size 14, I think, barbless hook. No hair on this one because it's for maggots, dead maggots. I'm fishing 3 on the hook. I'm fishing 1 hook through the head. Then I'm hooking 1 through the tail, just so it sits that little bit nicer. Then I'm hooking a 3rd through the head again. So that's a nice bit of bait for the bream. Now, as the water's a little bit deep, and I don't want the bait to fall off too quick, I'm fishing it just in a little bit of sandwiched mix, and then I'm going to top the mould up, fold it on there nicely. And then there's a beautiful ball of feed for the bream. Hopefully we'll bag a few like that today.
first fish on the maggot. There's nothing better than feeling the first fish of the day. Good to get a bite nice and early though, really, isn't it? Shows we're doing something right, which is good. We've seen quite a bit of activity. Even Ashley's had a few little knocks and bangs, so hopefully the fish are out there. We just need to try and bring them in and have a few. Heavy fish too. Who's out there then? Ash. Oh no, look at that. That's a lump, that is, Ash. See him? That is a good lump, that is. You moving it, Ash, you've made the net all gaggy. That's a lump, isn't it, mate, for the first one of the day? I've been coming to Roydon Mill for about a season now, and my main quest was always to have a double figure bream. I've had them to 9.5, and then today this beautiful creature comes along at 10 pounds 4 ounces. What an absolute chunk! It's a beautiful, beautiful looking fish. This is what big bream are all about. They're just, you know, I just love them. They're an awesome creature. Big mouths, the old semi-protrusible which picks up stuff on the bottom. They're just an awesome creature. They really are awesome. I've got to say it. Can't believe that we've come here to do some filming today, and first fish, 10 pound 4. I'm over the moon. Well done. Oh, let's put her back. I can't believe that. I'm just so over the moon. Plus, let's just put her back gently, give her the respect she really deserves, because that is a stunning creature in anybody's book. Carp angler, doesn't matter what you are, that is a stunning fish. Cracking. Do you have another one? There's nothing like that feeling when they kick to go away afterwards, is there? Beautiful. Excellent. Well done.
Right, well, I've had a bite on the maize. It had gone quiet and I was getting a few liners, so I knew there was a few fish out there. You can tell it's a bream when they just come in slowly with the odd nod. Nodding a bit there. Classic bream fight, isn't it? Trying to keep it low. Look at that. Come on, in we go. just weighed this little bream. £6, 2 ounces. Beautiful little fish. What a beauty. Let's see if we can catch a few more of these. Is that you, Andy?
It was.
There's a liner on Andy's
liner,
rods.
yeah.
Let's slip her back. Here we go. Come on, off you go. Well, hooked into my second bream of the day. This time on the dead maggot approach. He's kiting around a little bit and I don't want him to do that. It's a lovely day though, isn't it? Yeah, he has gone quite a bit over. Just hoping he's underneath that line. If he was over it, I'd know about it by now. Yeah. That feels like a nice fish, you know. You're half kicking well, isn't he? That's it, I've got him back out into... He's going that way again. Where's the net? Over there. Do you know, that's smaller, but he's fighting well.
Do you know something? I would almost go as far as to say that that is a hybrid.
Yeah, it's not very brown, is it? Right, we'll just weigh this little girl. £5 on the nose, really chunky fish. We think, and we're almost sure it's a hybrid. What
I would say a roach bream hybrid, yeah.
Really slimy fish.
It does look it. Does look it. It's just, you know, we'll take a proper good look at it, but it's not got quite the depth. It's certainly got a bit of roach in the eye.
Yeah.
The eye's very orange. I just think that's that's £5 hybrid. That's a lump, that is. Quality
Lovely.
fish, mate. Quality fish.
Pop
well done. Well, I haven't had a bite like that for a long time. Proper drop back. It had no intention of going anywhere, did it? It just kept coming towards me. So, feels another good fish. Oh, could we have a brace? Do fight, I tell you. For bream, these don't half give you a kick, don't they? Get my rod. Funny on maggot again. Seems to be maggot might be the answer to that. Wasn't real quite as heavy as the first one, I've got to be honest. But heavy enough. You know when you think I might be figging. I suppose we should tell everyone we're on £1.75 test curve Witchwood solid rods, aren't we? So, oh no, don't go down there. It's really giving it some, isn't it? Oh no, it's got another fish. Another good fish. They wanted to beat me up in that tree, didn't it? So, hopefully. They don't fight though, do they? Lovely fish. Another lovely quality bream. Look at the thickness of that, look. It's like a chunk. 6 pounds, 6 ounces. Again on the maggot feeder. What a cracking fish though. Look, the breach across them. They're almost like little bricks. But what a lovely fish. Gorgeous shape. Gorgeous colour. Just stunning fish to catch, aren't they? Excellent. Should we put her back?
Right, well it's gotten to that time of night we thought we'd have a bit of a fry up for tea. A few burgers, sausages and beans. Looking forward to it. Looks nice, Andy.
Looking good.
Been slow today. A few really nice fish out though. That hybrid, absolutely beautiful fish. And each time I look at the photo it just looks more and more like a roach. But that bream you had, that was an absolute cracker, and you've really been after one for a long time, haven't you? So
out of here, yeah. I've been lucky enough to have a couple of probably 4 doubles out of Walthamstow, but I've been getting up to £9.5 out of here, and I just can't seem to get. I'm just not seem to get one.
And today you cracked it. You hit the jackpot.
Ah, it's amazing. It's just it's funny because I've been telling you for weeks that it's gonna, that we'll have a few, and admittedly it hasn't fished mad. But we've had 4 so far, and I think we'll have a few more yet.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully tonight will be productive.
Let's hope so.
We didn't get our desired swim choice, so it was a bit of a swim where we didn't really know what was going to happen, did we?
No, Paul and I fished it a couple of weeks ago, and it was really, really hard then. I had one run just as we were packing up, which was an 8-pound too. So obviously a good, a few good fish at this end. It's just a case of finding them. And I think what's going to happen is hopefully we've had the bait going in regularly during the day, and they seem to come in spells, don't they?
Yeah.
It's almost like they're swimming through. They see a little bit of bait come down.
The ones what you had and I had, they was probably within half an hour of each other, and then 2 hours later we had those up next to.
Yeah, it's funny.
So we've put a few pints of bait out per rod, and I'm just hoping that at some point tonight as the fish come back they're going to find it and have a good old munch upon that. But anyway,
because I need a few more.
Yeah, but I think it's time for us to have a quick munch at first now.
Yeah, and I think we should be munching before anything else.
But anyway, I can't wait to get some of this down me.
Look at that gorgeous sun glinting. What a big load. That's it, what I mean, they just come on all of a sudden, don't they? How mad. Perhaps they realised we'd stopped munching and they wanted to have a go themselves. Funny how I've only had them on the maggot rod. Isn't it? It's up in the water. It's a rarity. That was definitely one of those where we were about to do something else and you're thinking, I just heard an alarm. Whose was that? Am I right?
It was indeed.
And did we both look at both of our rods?
We did.
You know, really sort of like, it does feel really heavy. See, it's a bit like sea fishing when it's in deep water like this. You get to see the colour. See the size of that one? Just wrap round its fin as well, look. think that's another cracker, mate. And unfortunately, not quite the double, although when you look at the thickness of her, she certainly looked it. £8.14. What a stunner. Absolute cracking fish. I mean, look, there's not a mark on it that makes it look like it's in bad condition. It's a beautiful, beautiful, it looks like a female with no tubercles on it. And she is absolutely chunky. When you look at how fat it is across its back, I don't know how it didn't go double really. Look at it, it's huge. Gorgeous fish. Right, should we put her back now? Put her back in the water, let her live to fight another day. Oh. The water's nice and clear again.
It's gorgeous, isn't it?
Well, I woken up with a little skimmer at 5:45. Chucked it out. It hasn't been out there 5 minutes, has it? Kiting straight over towards you again. Don't feel massive. What a gorgeous morning, hey Ash?
Stunning, mate, absolutely stunning.
Top in there. I might have been wrong, you know. It might be a decent one. Certainly holding in the water, isn't it? It's a good fish. Yeah. What a beautiful back one.
Oh, look at that.
Not a breath of wind. Another lump, isn't it? Lovely fish. In you go. 10-7. 2 doubles on a trip. What an amazing day. That's amazing. £10.7. Well, it's funny, and what did I say as it was coming in? Didn't think it was necessarily that big. Shows I should go back to school probably. What a fish. Oh dear. Look at that. £10.7. Another PB out of the lake. Wow. After a double for a year, and two come along in the same session. Well, that's what this bream fishing's all about, I suppose. I think we need to get a photo, get her back in, get the rods back out again. Beautiful fish, stunner, love it.
Well, after a surprisingly quiet night, well I say quiet, it was a little bit noisy, wasn't it?
Who said surprisingly? Who said surprisingly quiet?
But no noise from the rods, only the engineers on the railway behind us.
And we can actually clarify that yes, people, they do work at night on the trains.
And noisy as well. But anyway, it's that time of morning where we got to sit out in the lovely morning sun and have ourselves a bit of bacon. Smells nice, Andy?
Sizzle's nice too, doesn't it?
Yeah. We're just hoping to get a few more fish. It's fishing quite hard at the moment, isn't it, for what it normally
Yeah,
does?
but we're, like I say, we're fishing a newish swim for us. Yeah. So, to all intents and purposes, I've been happy with my two double figure bream. I can't not be happy, can I?
And how many bream have you had before that double figure?
What, here?
In everywhere?
Everywhere. I've had 4 out of Walthamstow. So if I have another 4 today, that means I've had 10.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. So no, it's
it's amazing to have two 10-pound fish in one session.
To be fair, the 2 I've had this trip are 3rd and 4th in the weight stakes. So I've had a 12 pound 10 and 11.14 out of Walthamstow, and then a couple that were 10 and 10.2. So the 2 this week, 10.4 and 10.7 on this trip were...
Oh, little. Is that going to develop, little?
Yeah,
I'd hit that, mate. I'd hit that. There's something there. Go on. Yeah, there's something there. You in?
I think so, but I think it might only be a baby.
We'll see.
No, missed it.
Missed it? That's a shame. Something there, though, weren't there?
Yeah, that's a good sign. That's a couple of funny bites we've had so far this morning, isn't it? Completely all gone. So, let's put 4 maggots on and start again, shall we?
But as far as fishing goes, you cannot, and I mean you cannot beat fishing a beautiful, beautiful lake like this in this weather.
It's good, isn't it?
You just can't beat. Just being here is enough. So 4 dead maggots on there, eh, Andy?
Yeah. And then a little plug at the bottom. Take a little handful of those dead maggots and then plug it in the other end. To get this spot on with no wind. That's about right. And we're into another lumpy bream. Don't know how big this one is yet. Feels nice. But then I think it was me that said this morning a 10 pound 7 didn't feel very big. So this could be a 2 pounder. But as you can see, trains in the background, absolutely gorgeous weather. The sun is beaming, flat calm, but bream still feeding this water. They're really, contrary to any other bream that you tend to find. But it's not been an easy session. We've struggled a little bit, but I think it's been well worth it because of the sort of quality of the fish that we've had. Had those 2 double figure bream. Ashley's had that 5 pound hybrid, which was a beautiful fish in itself. Come on, baby. But this is just an awesome bream water, really. And this does feel heavy now that I'm getting it to the side. So, oh no, it's not that big. It's not that big. It's big enough though. Come on. This one will go in the net a little bit easier. There you go. That's how to net a fish. Only a relatively little fish, this one, £4.11. Again, it's very fat. They're definitely munching on those on those carp baits that go in here, but got gorgeous scale patterns and everything. They're gorgeous looking fish, aren't they? Absolutely stunning. So £4.11. We'll slide her back in and hopefully have another one before we go home.
Right, well, unfortunately it's what time now? Gone 11.
I'm sorry, I thought you meant was it time? What time was it that it was that bad? Yeah, it is 11:15.
Oh dear, not good. Have to go home soon, unfortunately.
We do.
Dreaded W word is getting closer, isn't it?
Yeah. And to make it worse, I've got a meeting tomorrow.
That's not good, is it?
Oh, big rise out there again. Love it.
But yeah, very slow today, very hard. But Andy's had two amazing bream, and well, three really with the 8-pounder, and that hybrid was something special.
Totally, we've had what, 9 fish between us.
Yeah, 7 have been yours.
Well, yeah, but that's the way it is sometimes. That's fishing, really.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to catch, and it's just about being here and trying to catch them.
And when you look at this lake, and it is literally crystal clear, and I can see bubbles out in the middle, probably to the swim to our right, because it is so crystal clear and just like a mill pond. It's stunning to see water this large without a ripple on it. It's just like a sheet of glass, isn't it?
Yeah,
stunning. And I think we're very fortunate to be able to fish it, to be honest.
yeah, it's a lovely bit of water by Ware Angling Club. And I can't wait to come down here again. Obviously I have to get time off work for that, but I'm more than certain that in a month or two I will be back down here for some more bream.
Yeah, well, maybe try closer to the island next time.
Yeah, if we can get up that end.
Yeah, everybody does like to bang in it, but you know, like I've said probably 2 or 3 times on this video already, we've picked somewhere a little bit different that we don't know a lot about, and we've still caught fish out of it.
Yeah, and two of your biggest fish out of here.
My 2 biggest fish out of it.
Yeah.
So it was. It's been a fantastic session, well worth the time and effort, to be fair. Now I just would like to go home and see my baby.
I've got 3 days in work and then I'm off again because I had time off to fish this one. So I'm going to be back out fishing for bream again on my local water.
Oh, what the fantastically awesome Ferry Meadows.
It's good.
There was not a hint of sarcasm in that at all, honestly.
I'm sure. But yeah, I should be back up there again soon. I've had some lovely bream out there this year, up to 8 pounds, and I'm going to see if I can get a 9-pounder out there. They're certainly in there, so we'll see. But anyway, it's going to, unfortunately now, time to bring this gear down and pack it up. Don't want to go.
No, neither do I. It's been fun, mate. Well done.
It's been brilliant, and I wish I could stop a bit longer.
Yeah, here's to next time.
Right then, thanks very much for watching, and if we get any more fish you'll see, but if not, it'll be when we see you next. So thanks for watching, and tight lines.
Tight lines.